Morning. Tough waking up. That's all I got to say about that. It's been raining for the last 2 days. Kind of sucks. I've probably talked about this, but rainy days in the van suck, man. I don't know if it's the same for tow behinds, but man, it's so freaking humid in here. It's so wet. My windows had so much moisture on it, I probably could have filled a water bottle. And like, you can't leave the windows open because it's raining. And they don't make the window vent guards for these things. At least the last time I checked they didn't, which I guess it's been a little while. But I mean, Sprinter vans aren't new, you know. They've been around a long time. And yeah, nobody makes, they did way back in like the early 2000s, I mean, since then the body style has changed and everything, so those won't fit. But they don't make do you know what I'm talking about? Those little grayish black, the window visors, vents visors that go along the edge of your side window so you can put them down a little bit. They don't make those for this. I want to say something like, I think some random company makes some type of version of it, but they're into the whole like, what kind of company are they? They're like an accessory company marketed towards the people that will never do anything with their vehicle, but only buy the accessories and put them on their vehicle. Does that make sense? You know, like the pavement princesses, like all the Jeeps that are all kitted out with a winch and the, you know, full-size spare tire on the back because they got 35s. And don't get me wrong, a full-size spare of whatever tire running is optimal, but you know what I mean. 6-inch lift kit with the light bars and the, you know, the rock guards running down the rocker panels, and bro, the most off-road that thing sees is a curb at Walmart when you don't judge your turn right. Like, come on. Anyways, I think it's like one of those companies that makes a version of vent, but I think it's not even a rain one. It's more of one that you put in there. You have to raise the window up, and it sits in the frame of the door, so the window puts pressure on it, and it's more of like an air vent. Well, duh, I guess. Where am I going with this? It doesn't protect it from rain, is what I'm trying to say. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Speaking of spare tires, flat tires yesterday in the rain. Not mine though. Somebody else's. It's cool. Um, man, I'm not a prepper, because don't get me wrong, there's a lot of shit I'm not prepared for at all. But I like to be generally prepared for shit. And this kid's got one of those. He's got one of those vehicles. He's got one of those vehicles. That just clicked. Except he does not have a full-size spare, which is not good. He has a different size spare, which is worse, I guess. Depending. Yeah, but he's got the flashy wheels and the lift kit, the exhaust, the extra lights everywhere, and got the stickers on the back window. He's one of those guys. Anywho, it's pissing rain. And he's got a flat tire. So he's like, I'm going to change it. Cool. So he goes to start changing it. First issue, he jacks the truck up before breaking into the lug nuts loose. Okay. Not the end of the world. You can do it while it's in the air, but it is much easier for you to break the lug nuts loose if the vehicle is just on the ground. Jacks it up. It's sketchy because he's got a lift kit on this thing, and that jack is like maxed out just to get the tire off the ground. I mean, you're not getting underneath it, putting a tire on, but still. So then he goes to take the lug nuts off, and he can't. Because he's got different wheels, and the lug nuts are recessed in the wheel. Now you're saying that's probably pretty normal. Why can't you take the lug nuts off? It's kind of normal, but it's not. Factory wheels typically aren't like that. And the little lug wrench that they give you has a fat acorn looking hex head on it. That can't fit in the counter bore that's in the wheel for his lug nuts. So he can't use the stock wrench. Okay, no big deal. That means you need to provide your own should you ever need to change a tire. Well, he's got one. Good on him. But luckily it's a 1/2-inch drive. Cool, good on him. It's not a 3/8. It's only about yay long. No leverage. And he doesn't have an extension. So he has a deep well socket. Not that that really matters, because if he had an extension, it would be fine either way. But with how far that lug nut is sucked back into that wheel, his ratchet was like right up against the wheel. Can barely get your hand around it. Can't stand on it. Nothing. So, what do you do? Luckily, we're at school. I tell him to go get a piece of pipe. Use it as a cheater bar. And luckily, another kid. I don't carry 1/2-inch stuff. I don't really have a need for it. Yeah, I have roadside assistance coverage by Geico, so it has towing on there, so that should be good. Which actually I need to deep dive back into that, because I tried using them when I got the van stuck and almost flipped, And I need to call for new insurance anyways, because that was some bullshit. I called them up, and it's not like I lost service and bad connection. I called them up to use that shit, and they're like, "Oh, so sorry. Are you okay? Yada yada, la la la." All that funny business, the we really care, but really they're like, we're just making more money because we're gonna raise his rates. Oh, come on. Oh! The individual that was helping me was like, okay, yes, let me get you connected to a specialist in the local area. Yada, yada, yada. Cool. I was on hold for I was on hold for 59 minutes and 59 seconds. I refused to be on hold for an hour. So I hung up. No call back, no nothing. Bro, if I was stranded, just left me for dead, that's cool. You didn't even hold up your end of the bargain and get me roadside assistance. Like, what the heck? So I need to call about that, because that's some bullshit. I need compensation. Yeah, I have no need for half-inch stuff. If something is that broken on this thing, and I don't have a whole socket set, I have what I need for the interior here to get stuff taken apart and do some things, but like, I don't have the means right now to be carrying a whole socket set. It's just not going to happen. Not with my space restriction, not until I get something on the back, like a gang box, then I can put a socket set in there. Cool. Then I would entertain carrying some half-inch stuff. But anyways, another guy in the parking lot had a half-inch drive extension. Cool. We put it on there, get the pipe, get the lug nuts broken loose. Cool. He's already got a plug in this same tire. He now... It's the passenger side. I wonder if he's one of those people that rides the shoulder really bad. You know who I'm talking about? Like the people that are always on like the white line. Or the yellow line on the side, not the white line in the middle. Wait a second. Solid yellow line in the middle is like back road style. But here there's like always passing. Well, it's still yellow passing. It should be yellow on both sides. Anyways. I wonder if he's one of those people that rides the shoulder really bad. Because there was another hole. Let's back up. I totally gave it away. So he's like, yeah, we tried putting air in it, but we couldn't find nothing. Or it wouldn't hold. I'm like, yeah, no shit, you got a flat tire. Like, clearly there's a hole somewhere. So he's like, well, let's go in the shop and get the spray bottles that we use for all of our torches, which is just soapy water, to check for leaks. Let's spray down the tire, and they have an air hose in there and whatnot. Let's see if we get anything. Well, they had closed the shop for lunch, so I'm like, all right, well, do you want to? I got a pump in the van. Do you want to try it there? He's like, yeah, that's okay. I'm like, all right, cool. So come down here, take it all out, do that, get the Simple Green, because I wasn't about to mix up soapy water because I don't. What am I gonna mix it up in? Because you need to spray it. You can't just go pouring it on there. You probably could, but it's better to spray it. We do that. We find it. I'm like, all right, you got a plug kit? No. I'm like, all right, well, I got one of those too. Plug his tire, but not before my fucking air pump broke. Pissed because it's a Home Cheapo one, and there's no Home Cheapos around here, only Lowe's. There is like a Home Depot, but it's like an hour plus drive. With these gas prices, there's no fucking way I'm driving 2-something hours to swap out an air pump. Like, not happening. So I'm thinking is maybe I can order it online. Because my whole thing, it's probably not the right thing to do. Will I feel bad about it? No. Because I honestly have not abused it. I'm trying to think if I've legitimately used it yet. I use it to put air in my mountain bike tires. Once. That was it. And the hose is busted. There's literally a hole in the hose. I don't know what we got for time. I'll show you. Because I didn't even put it away because I was pissed. Well, I put it away, but I didn't put it away. Okay. Oh, come here, hose. So this is the thing. This is the pump, right? You can probably see the issue. And I stored it nice. I had this thing like that, but it's probably because it's kinked all the time. But that's how they have it made for storage. Like, why did you make these things that the hose can clip in for hose storage if you did not want it like that? You see what I'm talking about? Got these little clips. So yeah, it's busted. Big fat hole in it. I could probably get away with making my own fitting because there is something that screws in there. So I could probably get, some fittings and get a new hose and do all that jazz, but I forget how much I paid for this thing. It wasn't crazy expensive, but it wasn't very cheap. So I'm just gonna buy a new one and then do the old switcheroo in the box and be like, hey, this thing was broken. Yeah. Because, it's brand new. Like, there's not even dirt on it. And I'm probably silly. Yeah, hey, look at me. I told you I'm silly. Thanks, Dad. Keeping the fucking manual for everything. But hey, it'll come in handy. And I even got the stupid things. I'm a hoarder. Like, what do I need these for? I don't think I've touched a football in 20 years. But I got a needle to fill one up. Anyways. I don't have the box, but I do have a really nice Milwaukee bag that I put it in. Alright, back on track. We gotta get cooking eggs. Is Evan here yet? Yep. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're getting there on time. Alright. Where was it going with all this? Oh, we got it plugged. I couldn't fill it up because that thing busted. But it got sealed up. And that doucher didn't even want to say thank you. That's probably the most butthurt thing. I'd be like, yeah, you're welcome, by the way. He's like, oh, yeah, thanks. Motherfucker, I just got you out of a jam. Anyways. Good to be prepared for that shit. Especially if you're not going to be running the same size tires as your spare. Because you shouldn't be driving on 2 different size tires. It's not such a big... I think it's more of an issue on, like, solid axle vehicles. So, like, trucks with the solid rear axle, and then... It would probably screw with the front diff on a 4-wheel drive. Yeah, you shouldn't do that. Um, Now, don't get me wrong, you could probably get away with like limping it down the road or cruising down the road, you know. But I'm sure. I mean, that kid's like 18, probably drives like a dick. Um, and who knows, would potentially put it off and put it off. So, yeah, not recommended to drive on 2 different size tires. So either fork up the money and get another one that's the same size, which is what I did when I got all my tires. Had to get 5. Didn't have to, but you're kind of silly if you don't. Unless you're just replacing it with the same exact factory tires and you've never used that spare, or it's like pretty much brand new still, you know, then I mean it doesn't matter because it's like brand new. You're putting 4 new ones on, like same, cool. You got 5 of the same ones. That wouldn't really matter. But you go swapping it out to have one of them pavement Princess Jeeps. Yeah, that's an issue. Ah! All right. These yokes don't look cage-free like this stupid box says, so... Mexican Johnny, how's your chickens doing? Typical. Mexican Johnny's got chickens. Steph, do you watch these? If you do you laugh when I say Mexican Johnny, or do you get mad? I know Mexican Johnny watches them. Let me know. Alright, what else we got to talk about? Not much. Oh, the rainy days. They suck, man, just because everything's so wet. Like, nothing really dries. Because you're in such a confined space. Moisture's got, like, so limited, like, place to go. It's just freaking... I want to get one of those little home thermometer things that tells you, like, your inside temperature and your humidity and da-da-da-da-da. But, of course, they're all made in China. And I don't really need to go spending like $15 on one of those right now. Totally not necessary. Just, it would be like a fun curiosity thing. Because I bet you last night it was 75-80% humidity in here. Like, if not more. Like, it was damp. I mean, my rain jacket was soaked. All of these rugs are soaked. Yeah. Yep. That's all I got to say about that. Other than that, I mean, there's no significance to rainy days sucking. Aside from that. And, well, I mean, that is a contributing factor. The other reason is Pilot gets soaked. And everything's wet, so like this thing is still really wet from drying them off. I've only got one dog towel, which I don't want another one because I don't know where I'd put it. But I might need another dog towel. Because it's rainy here. And gosh, man, like, he gets so freaking wet with all his fur. God. And sometimes, I haven't trained him to shake. I try to do it, and sometimes he'll do it. If I say shake, and then like I shake. Sometimes he'll like imitate, but at other times he looks at me like I'm stupid because it probably looks really stupid. What? Oh well, you know, part of the game. And I'm talking to my dog, so I probably look stupid anyways. Okay, folks, I'm gonna finish up breakfast here. And, yeah. Put away my pump that's no longer working. Well, it does. The pump works itself, but... ain't no good to me no more. I think at the same time, I need to order me some, a new filter for the vacuum. That thing is trashed. And I bought a Rigid vacuum who's sold by Home Depot, and it's got a particular filter, so I can't go buying it anywhere else. Gosh. All right. Have a good day, folks.